Hey everybody, it's Kwanza Hall, Atlanta City Councilman for District 2. I'm just leaving the Crime is Toast breakfast supporting the Atlanta Police Foundation. And I know y'all been wondering, why did you introduce this legislation to repeal the Code of Ordinances in the city of Atlanta? Well, I did this to get your attention. You know, I wanted to start the conversation, number one, because I think in Atlanta, when we get good conversations started, we usually come out with much better outcomes and we innovate. But we've got to get everyone in the room. And one of the groups that really hasn't been in the room are the individuals who are most impacted by the criminal justice reforms that we're trying to roll out, by the quality of life improvements that we want to see in our city. I think we truly acknowledge that we have great leadership in our city. Chief Turner, Mayor Reed, all of my colleagues on council have been doubling down on our investment in innovative policing strategies and community policing ideas that really are driving our city and our country forward. But we know that it's inevitable, unfortunately, that another situation like Baton Rouge or like St. Paul or like Dallas could happen again in our society. And the question is, how can Atlanta continue to be a leader and continue to look forward? We took a snapshot of who's in the city jail. There are about 800 people, and almost half of them are in for petty crimes, and 75% of those are African-American men. Not the big crimes, but just repeat, low-level crimes that really are crimes of desperation, crimes because they're self-medicating, crimes because they're mentally ill and need supportive services that our society isn't providing. So this mass incarceration in our city and in our society is wrong, and the paradigm has to shift. So if we're following the model of New York, which is where broken windows policing and stop and frisk and all types of models out there for criminal justice reform in the last 20 years have come from, we should also be looking at what they're doing right now. Their city council decriminalized many of the codes of ordinances that we're speaking about here in Atlanta today because they haven't worked for really solving the problem. All they've done is contribute heavily to mass incarceration. And that's not right. And I want our guests to be able to enjoy themselves and not to be harassed by people on the street on a daily basis. We've got to fix that. But I think the root cause is what we have to get to. And the root has something to do with the lack of investment in humans to put them in a place where they actually have the social services to be able to get on and be productive citizens in our society. Thank you for listening to me. I really want you to be a part of this conversation. So please engage, please give me your feedback. I don't have it all figured out, none of us do. But by having an open conversation, an open door policy that's just engaging around issues that matter to all of us, that's the only way that we're going to move forward. So I welcome you to participate. I welcome your input. No matter how upset you may be, no matter how frustrated or disappointed, I'm committed to working on this with you and moving our city forward through transformative policies such as this, or at least having a dialogue around how we can iterate and make things better.